What's good, everyone? Thanks for watching the channel. Thanks for popping in for this video. Just wanted to say before the video starts, my cameraman, I guess he fell asleep during the video in certain areas, but I usually use a tripod to get the best footage possible. So I'm going to suggest, just for certain areas you might get stuck in or you might be able to see well, definitely look at other videos to help you make it through this job. The job is not too difficult. You're usually going to pretty much basically be using a 10mm and probably some grips or some pliers or something. These flies are pretty bad, but 90 degrees today, and I was hoping that my cameraman did a good job, but he tried his best. He did his best, but yeah, certain spots that I would have liked to for you to have seen a little better. So let's get on with the video, and hopefully it helps you out on your removal of this radiator. Let's do it. Welcome back to the channel, back with another video for you guys. 2019 Hyundai Sonata, getting ready to do a radiator replacement. I do believe this is 2.4, might be the same on a 2.0, but let's get to the process. First time doing one of these, but not my first radiator, so let's get to it. First, you're gonna have to pop your breather box up with the intake here and wiggle it, pop them out like so. Let's scoop this out the way. All right, so after we do so, it's pretty hot out here. We got probably about 85, 90 degrees out here today. So, kind of sweaty. All right, so from here, I know we're gonna need a 10mm eventually. You're gonna need a ratchet set, of course. I think this is a 10, yeah, that's a 10 as well. But you're gonna take all these pop clips up so we can have more access. Have a screwdriver, work them up and out. Don't lose them because you're going to need them again. Definitely going to need them again. Alright, so we're going to work our way all the way around. And this should separate once you get this one out, so you don't have to remove these guys over here. Out. And just put them in a safe place as you go. There out the way. Nowhere that you can drop them and lose them. And you can drain your radiator fluid first. You don't have to, as long as you have a catch pan or something. And yeah, so we got that up. Let's get these two 10mm out. And let me get an extension to help me out. Switch over. But yeah, if you don't have a speed ratchet, standard ratchet works as well. And let's come over to this 10. Alright, we got both of them joints out. Let's go ahead and pop our cover. I got one I didn't see. Out the way. You can disconnect your battery if you feel like you don't have to do this job. Alright, so we got this loose. I think you might have to remove some of the bumper. Not quite sure, and it looks like we might be going about it that way. Alright, so let me figure out what I'm going to do, and we'll be right back. Alright, so got my trim removal tool. You're going to have to disconnect this from your fan. Alright, so I'm going to bring the camera over so I can show you how to remove this guy. This is one of those loose dowels. You gotta squeeze it in here, right here, and just wiggle it. The mouth's got a little push tab. It's a little different, newer style. All right, so now we gotta pop these up out the way so we can start trying to remove our fan. So just kind of be careful. You might have to twist on them like this a little bit, back and forth. Pop them out, and work your way down. And just try to be careful not to break these. If you break one, don't have a baby or nothing. Well, have a cow, whatever they say. Just kind of work on it and take your time. It should pop out. There we go. But yeah, if you break one, just find somewhere to secure it. You know, these things, you know, they get brittle and old through time. So let's get it in. We got one more down here. Same thing. Might have to use some pliers, but you want to try to get behind this plastic piece right here. There we go. All right, now let's move this all the way over here. Set it out the way. All right, now we have further access. You might need something if you don't want to take the bumper off. I'm gonna attempt to do this without removing the bumper, but I got a bungee. Not really doing much, but I have something underneath this to kind of pry it up. I do believe you're gonna take these two radiator mount bolts off. Those are 10 millimeters as well. All right, so let's see what else we got to disconnect. This is connected to the fan. Don't have to touch it. All right, so your fan, you got two bolts here on the inside. Bring you over to see that. And there's a bolt right here underneath this hose. Right here, and the same one on this side over here. Right here, I'm gonna remove this guy too. Should be a 10 millimeter. May not be able to use this. 10 millimeter. It has a Phillips head inside of it as well, but we should be good. Let's see if we got enough area. Using a 6-point, and sometimes you gotta rotate your head a little bit to get where you need it. All right, we got that one out. We'll do the same for the other side. Put that in the magnet tray. There you are. Oh, let's go sideways. All right, got those two loose. Should be able to wiggle this some and wiggle it from side to side. Pull it straight up. Got some sleeves in here.
Cameraman had a B problem.
Man, almost had a B problem. We don't need that. So we got these sleeves right here on the fan. Right here where you're trying to get it off. This is where the radiator has been broken. This is kind of bent down from the accident. So, yep, it was a piece of debris on the road. It was either getting hit by a semi, or they said that hit the piece that was in the road. It was a piece of couch, this little console. It's crazy. Black and nighttime driving. But all right, proceed to trying to wiggle this out of that sleeve down there. There we go. Got one. Let's come on this side and do the same. Just be gentle. Let's remove this too, as we got to anyway. Just trying to work it off without damaging it. And we might need our pliers real quick for that, so we're just gonna wait, because this is pretty flexible. Yeah, all right. So let's try to wiggle it up. Let's get it around here. I have to go down a little bit. All right, so now we got it loose. And we can either try to lift it up, or we're gonna remove this radiator hose, so let's do that first. And like I said, have your catch pan. Move that out the way. Catch pan set. And we might have to wiggle it a little bit around the neck. Break free. There we go. Work it on back. All right, so that we have no fluid already, the radiator's been drained because it's been leaking for a couple of days. Not that we wanted it to do so. All right, let's get this fan on up and out. And let's pop it off. You have a pop spot down here. I'll show you real quick. It's not really a pop spot, but your hose rests in here, right here in this spot right here. You to pop it out like that. So new radiator should have one of those. All right, glad I got a cameraman today. That is awesome. So we got our fans up and out. Well, fan. I'll set it to the side so it doesn't get damaged. Guess we gotta use it again. All right, so now that we're in there, radiator hose at the bottom, got the one off at the top. You can see the damage down in here that happened, and this is where it was leaking. So it's still leaking. All right, so since we're there, should be able to remove this now, these two here on both sides, and yeah, they should come up and out. I think it is about 90, you think? Yeah. It's a nice warm one today.
I ain't think we was gonna get there.
No, we didn't. I'm gonna break these free. And after you get these free, it looks like you can just lean the radiator forward and then wiggle it up, but you have to remove this dude down here first, okay? So. Make sure you're on good so you don't strip them. Go back to this dude over here that was tight on me. I had some PB Blaster with me. I'm gonna go slow so I don't snap it off. So I had some with me, but it got so hot and I wanted to explode in my toolbox on the back of my truck bed, so I took it out. But it looks like we're gonna be good. Alright, now that's loose enough. Alright, let me get a magnet tray. Another one. Stick the tools back in the box too because the sun is beaming on them and they get real hot. So the camera stopped for a minute, so let's pick back up where we left off, which was here, removing these two guys here, okay, and then we have these two guys over here, and right down there you gotta remove that guy right there for your radiator hose, and we should be able to slide this guy back out. So let's go ahead and do so. Back in, let's wiggle this guy on up and off, and sometimes you might have to hold and wiggle with the hose just to get it to back up. Let's see if we can do that. Let's rotate it this way some. Might need to pinch it a little more, but it looks like we got enough to get it out. There we go. There we go. That's what I wanted. Now hopefully he'll break free down here. Just from my hand twisting it. Now let's open it up. Should be enough. Let's see if we can get it to break free. Pretty tight. Alright, let's see if I can move this down and out. Okay, so after you take those out, we'll come back to that. Slide your radiator forward. And I probably knocked one of the mounts out over here already. But you have a mount on this side. You have to pull it up, sit it over here, and I gotta find the one that fell out over here on me. Yep, I'll find him in a second. So let's try to tilt this up so we can get it off of the AC condenser area. So just wiggle it. Should just pop right up. There we go. Now we got it free. This hose is pretty long. Let's flex it up, rotate this down just to break it free. Okay, pretty nice. There we go. Sit this out the way, and when you go back in, just take a little antifreeze and go around the rim of your hose so it'll just slide up. That way you don't have to do this down in there. All right, got one out. See, you got a little fluid. Let's break it free. Come on, baby. That's on there, good. All right, see if I can get him now. There we go. Now we're gonna get some fluid. So this is how you remove the radiator. I'm gonna sit it to the side. Get it off my armpit.
All right, got the bad one out. Now I'm gonna try to tie this around somewhere where I don't lose all this fluid. Worst case scenario, we are. Looks like we are. Let me adjust this. I already got some out. All right, so I'm not gonna show this in reverse. Well, let's do it. We're gonna pause video, get set up, and we'll be right back. All right, so we back, getting ready to match the radiator up with the new one over there, but just wanted to show this damage. The AC still works, but the AC condenser has been damaged. It's not compromised, but you can see it's bent. All right, so the frame down here, this side is intact. Over here, this side slopes down at an angle. So we're gonna do the best that we can on lining this radiator up and getting it back in here, but it should be okay far as long as you got your mounts up top, and we'll do what we can down there to make sure it's stable. But yeah, we're gonna work this back and try to get it stable to where we can tie it in somewhere. But you know, stuff happens. This is the only thing other than the bumper and that being damage to actually be able to drive it. So that's what we're trying to do, is get it back drivable. But that's how you remove the radiator. Let's match it up now. All right, so let's match up the radiator. Everything looks good so far other than the damage from that one. And you're gonna have to transfer your radiator cap to the new one. And yep, that's the same dude. So just make sure you take all your caps when you're going back in, and let's get started. All right, so you're not gonna be able to see me very well. We did not have to remove the bumper, so just do something like this. I don't know if there's any other video that shows my technique, but let's get this up. Let's get our caps off. Let's come over here. I just have it sitting up on one of my lights right now. Take all of our rubber grommets off, rubber caps, and let's start working back this AC condenser just a little bit. It's not going to sit in here like I wanted to, which sucks. All right, so let's see if this radiator has feet on it. It should have some feet. So let's see. And be careful, you might have to pick it up and move it around. So these are the feet on the bottom of the radiator that you're going to have to transfer over to. So you're going to pull these off. Hopefully it's on camera. And we're going to slide these on the bottom. They're supposed to go in those little holes that I was showing earlier. I'm going to sit this here, do the same on the other side, make sure the grommet goes in. It's a certain way it goes in. This oval here faces down, and you'll see your 4 hexes up here. That's where you go in with this piece here, and they just slide on like that, and they sit in on the radiator. Okay, so now we're there. Got our AC condenser back as far as we can because of the damage, and let's get it in. Alright, so we're going to slide this on down. Appreciate the water, sir. Yep, knew we was going to lose some fluid anyway, so let's just go ahead and get it in. And watch out for over here, your ACs and stuff. Just be careful while you're going down. And I'm going to line it up as best I can, And I might be putting it in backwards, I think. And yep, let me come up and out. Right, radiator cap on this side. Where our hose is. This one is different. Okay, so let's show that on camera too. Alright, so I got the radiators. Okay, this one has this neck on it here. So I think you got to release this here. Yep, and pull it off and transfer it too. So let me try that. It's kind of weird, but all good. There we go. Didn't know that. This should just snap right on like the BMWs, if you're not familiar. It should just pop right on to the new one. But if not, you'll have to work the clamp a little bit. And you're gonna have to make sure it's on there good. And it'll slide in this sleeve when it is. All right, so it's locked in now in the sleeve. Show you that. Is that on camera? This little sleeve right here. So make sure it locks in, and definitely look at your old radiator. You might have to take stuff off. Didn't know that, so I was looking at how the angle was, so thought I put it in wrong. All right, so now we can get this down. Just wiggle this guy up. way, and let's go in. I think I just knocked my light in, but I'll do it.
No, nope.
Alright, so now I'm gonna work this in right here. See if it's on. It's got ribs on it, so it's a good thing. But you have to just take your time and wiggle it on. All right, so since we're there, I'm going to proceed to wiggling this guy all the way back up. The next thing will be to do to make sure the radiator is stable all the way across. Then you'll be able to get your fans back on and follow the rest of this process in reverse. So yeah, my first time, but we're about to complete the mission. 2019 Hyundai Sonata, 2.4, 2.0, one or the other. But thanks for watching. Hopefully this helps you out. Always know rest is the enemy on these things. And until the next video, I'm out.